1 mile, take exit 22 onto North Side Drive, toward New North Side Drive.
I don't always know where I'm headed, but I always find a way to keep going. Roll with me. Peace and good morning, everyone. My name's Olivia. And today I want to talk about, I just have a message, something that I woke up with, went to bed with, and that's about how just because you want to change something or change a habit, a bad habit, doesn't mean that it's going to happen overnight, or doesn't mean that it's going to happen just because you want it to happen, right? Because I personally believe, and I'm learning, that real change takes time. It's a process. It's a journey. Like, have you ever woke up one day and said, I'm tired of doing whatever. I'm done with this. And then a week later, you right back at it. Same old, right? I know I'm not the only one, right? But why does that happen? Why does that happen? Why can't we just say, I don't want to do this anymore, and then just not do it? Well, that's kind of what I want to talk about, right? Just because you want to do something different, want to be different, doesn't mean that it's going to happen instantaneously, right? You can apply that to any area of your life, right? So for me, I remember months ago, I had gotten to a point where I got tired of my home being a mess, or feeling like, like I spent all day Saturday cleaning. I'm talking about R&B music and bleach and all types of stuff popping, only for my home to be in disarray a couple days later. And I remember saying, I'm just tired of having to clean, blah, 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 blah. The stuff we tell ourselves. Through that, I realized that I had to do the work to change, to make the change, right? So instead of having one day out the week where I cleaned top to bottom, I started to create small habits daily, right? Small habits, like after my workout in the morning, before I clock into work, I would take the time to make sure that I cleaned up. I took 15 minutes to just clean. You can get a lot clean in 15 minutes. So if that was unloading the dishwasher, because I usually run a load of dishes the night before. So I would unload the dishwasher, wipe down the counters, whatever. And this is when I first started, because the kitchen was the area where, it's the first place I go to in the morning, and it often gets the messiest, right? So 15 minutes, I would take the time to tidy up in the morning before starting work, right? And over time, it just became my norm. I didn't have to remind myself to do it. It just became part of my routine. And as time progressed, I added other micro habits, like running a load of laundry at night, running the dishwasher at night, making sure the kitchen is completely reset before I go to bed. So everything's wiped down, dishwasher's loading, sink is empty, sweep the floor. And I have one of those, what do you call them? Vacuum mops. So I'll sweep, and then I'll go over the floor, and it doesn't take that long to do, but not doing it really jacks up my morning, right? So over time, it's been some months now, I'm noticing that my home stays cleaner longer, and when I do my home stays cleaner longer, and when things do kind of get out of whack, it doesn't take all day to get it back in order, because I've created a system, right? And this isn't something that I have written down. It's just, it has become like a internal system. I probably need to write it down so that I can I need to write it down just in case someone needs it or whatever, just in case I need it. But moral of the story is, real change requires a process. It's not an instant thing, right? First, you have to become aware, that you want to change it, right? Then you have to be intentional about making the changes, right? Because just motivation alone ain't it. It ain't it. Because some days you're not going to feel motivated. Some days you're going to be like, yeah, I don't care. And then be mad at yourself and beat yourself up and go down this whole rabbit hole of feeling like a failure. That's not the goal, right? So with whatever habit you have in life that like, I just don't want to do it anymore. No, it could be something like smoking cigarettes, right? Now I've seen people quit overnight. My grandfather, I remember my grandfather, when he was diagnosed with skin cancer way back in the day, I remember watching him throw his pack of cigarettes in the fireplace and decided at that moment he didn't want to do it anymore. And I don't know what his experience was on a day-to-day. I was young, but I don't remember seeing him pick up a cigarette again. And I know, because I know the reason why was, like, his why was big enough to make that drastic of a change, right? So I'm not sitting here saying it's not possible to change things overnight, but what I'm saying is you got to give yourself time to change habits, right? You got to give yourself time, because just wanting to change most times ain't it. That's just the start, the very, very start. So, in an attempt not to keep rambling and talking and reiterating the same things over and over again, I'm going to stop and just say this. Just because you want something to be different doesn't mean that it's going to instantly be different. it takes awareness, intention, repetition, creating some systems. That's all I have. As always, if you have any questions, comments, feedback, drop them in the comments below. And if you know someone that needs to hear this, share with a friend. Like, subscribe, all the things. Until next time, I love you all. Peace.
In about 1 mile, take exit 22 onto North Side Drive towards New North Side Drive.
I don't always know where I'm headed, but I always find a way to keep going. Roll with me.